Hello everybody, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to a place called Iwan Minster in Dorset. Now in my search for oddly coloured tracks, I've come across a blue track here. It's a bit of a long jump, triple jump straight, so I think it's about 40 metres, but I thought it was a good opportunity to have a look at my spikes and see which one might be best for my sub 60 400 metre attempt when I get round to feeling fit enough to do it. So let's have a quick look at the spikes. So I've got 4 here, which I managed to sort of pick up all sort of reasonably cheaply. One thing about spikes is that you often find them in sale, especially in the UK 13. So these are actually some cross-country spikes, the Zoom Victory cross-country spikes. I wore them at a couple of races last winter. These are the Nike Spike Flats, which are a version of the Streak LT4s but with a spike plate. These are the Zoom Victory 3s, often referred to as the Vics. Now I've only just bought these, I haven't even put the spikes in yet, so how many spikes do we get here? Some people may not have even seen some spikes, so I thought I'd just show you putting some spikes in. It sounds a bit of a trivial thing to do, but maybe the first time people have seen that. So some of these spike plates are different. That's got 4 spikes. The cross-country ones have got 6. And these ones on the ends are the Zoom Matumbo 3s. They're more of a long distance spike for sort of like 3K and above. There's a bit more sponge in them. Whereas the Victories are supposedly like the middle distance spike for 8 and 15s. If we compare the wedges on those two there, see there's a bit more built up there in the Matumbo. And the back of the Zoom Victories is a lot sort of firmer plate. Whereas the Matumbos seems to be much less plastic. Bit more comfort, I suppose, in a longer race. So, and the flats, they're basically a version of a minimalist road racing shoe, quite good for cross country. I won't run in the cross country spikes today, but I'll just do a few strides in each of these ones, see how they feel. So normally you can just put a bit in and then use the wrench that they give you to just tie them up. So yeah, we just put them in by hand, turn them a few times. Right, there's one done. Okay, let's just give this spike a quick weigh in. 152. Let's try the other one. It's not the best of scales, 153. Right, the Matubos, I think they're pretty similar, maybe slightly lighter. Yeah, they're actually noticeably lighter. I think like this plastic at the back, more spongy. It's only the plastic on the sides, I think saves a bit of weight. Handy for long distance races. So these are going to be my lightest spikes. 144, yeah, 144, 143, so they're about 10 grams lighter than the Victories. And then the spike flats, they'll be a bit heavier. Yeah, about 194 there. Yeah, I'd say 195 for the spike flats. And then the cross-country spikes are a bit crusty. I think I need to give them a wash. They've got the same vapor weave as the Next Percent, these spikes. Actually quite incredibly light. It's the lightest cross-country spikes I've had by a long way. They're actually lighter than the spike flat, so they're coming in at 189 on that one. $190 for those. Yeah, 189, 190. Right, I'm going to try the spike flats first of all, and just do, I think I'll do a little bit of time, not much time. I'll do 4 strides in each one, up and down, see how they feel. I imagine the Victories will be probably the best for a 400. Let's see how they feel on foot. Comfort in a 400 is not that important. I suppose really for a 400 metre runner you would actually wear specialist sprint spikes, but it seems a bit extravagant for me to go and buy some sprint spikes. I'm not a sprinter. I think even sprint spikes in an 800 that I would do properly would be a bit much, but we'll see how these go. I think any of these shoes are going to be good enough. I think lack of talent will be lack of talent and old age will be one of my excuses. I think if I don't break well, I know sure I'm going to break 60. I think I get anywhere close to it, and if I get anywhere under 65 I think I would do well. Right, let's get these on and get this going. Hi, I've had to revert to the iPhone to record this summary because the GoPro died. Yeah, so that was an interesting little test. Definitely the spikes, they come up really short, so I think I need to wear these without socks. I think even I'd get away with the size up if I was wanting to wear socks, but they all felt nice in different ways. Both the spikes, you actually notice that almost that lack of heel. I think it's almost pretty much the zero drop. I'm used to wearing road racing shoes a lot. The spike flats probably felt the nicest to run in. Would they be at the fastest? It's hard to tell just on a 40 metre sprint where you're almost decelerating before you've started. But yeah, I think I need to do some proper session, maybe some 200s in these. Probably the spike flats are the ones to use most often because they're going to give the most protection and just that grip around the track. They may even be the ones to use actually, because I'm not sure I'm good enough to be able to tell the difference. But out and out test, yeah, probably the Victories, definitely the stiffest ones of those ones for the shorter middle distance races. So you can definitely tell that. Whereas the Matumbos, I think, you know, if I was wearing a long distance race, I think I'd go for the spike flats these days. My PB is 15:26 for 5k and 8:49 for 3k. And I was definitely wearing spikes in those days. But whether I'd wear such an aggressive ones as these two, not sure. Maybe just not used to it. I mean, this was like 15-20 years ago, so time flies. Anyway, more testing to be done, and I have to set myself for a little time trial. Maybe I'll do a few 200s, see if I can get under 30. I've also identified a 400 metre steeply downhill segment not too far from me, which would be interesting to test whether I could do a 4-minute mile pace, i.e. under 60 on that. Can't do 7% downhill. I'm not going to do it on a flat track, am I? Anyway, hope you found this interesting, and see you in the next one. Okay, bye.